Hi. So today I am a little bit going through it, to be completely honest, but I'm dedicated to film and post once a week, so I want to do it and let's do it. And every other week I talk about the gay dating, I guess. So good because I have content, I guess. Maybe I'm not thriving on my personal life, but still I have things to share regarding these topics. So yeah, again, I don't want to talk about people specifically, just about situations, just about how I feel, how is my experience. But yeah, dating on your 30s is rough. I guess dating in general, it still blows my mind how people grow from one relationship to another in a week, even a month. But then for some people, it's so damn difficult to just have a relationship. I'm not even saying jumping from one to another. It's crazy to me, and I don't know if it's that the people that are always with someone they are compromising a lot, or they are just really likable, or maybe they are just desperate because they need someone. So there's good and bad things about being with someone all the time or going from one relationship to another. But of course, on the other hand, you also think for the people that have been single their whole life. Like I had some relationships, but nothing huge. Like I had one long-term relationship, I would say, around 1 year and a half, and then some other relationships, like maybe 3 4 months every now and then. But I wouldn't consider those boyfriends. So I would say I had three, 2.5 boyfriends. One of them being the long-term relationship, the other one being the first guy that I ever went on dates with, and even if it was really short, I still consider him my first boyfriend because it was really special. And we decided, we had the talk that we were boyfriends. So maybe even if for some people just a couple of months it's not worth to call it a relationship, for me it was. And yeah, but now it's been a fucking while since I've been in a relationship, and I've been trying. And again, what I was saying in the previous videos, now I'm being more intentional. Now I'm doing it much more thoughtful. And I really like this mature dating in a way, but it also kind of sucks when you are really willing to have a serious relationship, but the other people are not. And it can be because of a million reasons. I don't want to put the blame in other people because that's the easiest thing to do, just saying that I'm perfect. I'm not, and just blaming everyone around me. I don't want to do that because I hate that. But it's a good exercise to do when I'm seeing someone and for whatever reason it's not working, just making the exercise. Again, not putting the blame on the other person or on yourself, just trying to think what happened, and if it was something that I did, if it was something that the other person did, and being just more mature about it. But yeah, talking about these past relationships, like again, I turned 30 in July, and I tried to meet three different guys. The first was quite fast. I feel like I already talked about it. The second one, it was going kind of great, I think. But then we got to the point that he didn't wanna he didn't want the pressure, and I completely understand if you're not ready for a long-term relationship. At least he was really being honest with himself and with myself, and I appreciate it. What I don't appreciate is that he was being super sweet. I hate when people just do the talking and then the actions don't match the talking. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, because it's really easy to just say a lot of nice things, but then to do the things that's another story. And I'm quite innocent, I would say. So in general, I believe that people are good and they have good intentions, and this comes with a lot of bad outcomes, because I assume by nature that everyone is trying to do their best and being nice to each other and stuff. But I guess that's not the reality. And I'm sure this person had their own reasons, but basically, he was saying that maybe let's not put a lot of pressure into the relationship. Let's see what happens. Let's keep meeting. Let's do all the things that we talked about doing, but let's just not put a lot of pressure. And for that, I understand maybe let's do friends with benefits. Maybe let's just keep meeting as friends, or maybe we can be boyfriends but not right now, or at least what I understood is I don't want the compromise right now. And again, I completely understand, and he was really honest. But then what happened is that we are not meeting at all because he's not replying to my texts, and that's complete bullshit. And I have a thing with WhatsApp. I'm completely aware that I put too much. I don't know. I feel like WhatsApp should be the way to meet in person, and we can talk like, how are you? We can send funny jokes, funny gifs, funny stickers. But I feel like people nowadays put too much importance on the WhatsApp communication, and this stresses me a lot. Not because I'm not on WhatsApp, I feel like I am. It stresses me a lot because it's so easy to misunderstand things via text. That's why every chance I have, my friends hate it so much, but every chance I have, I prefer to send voice notes instead of texting, because that's more personal. You can hear the other person, you can hear the tone, you can understand more or less how the other person is feeling. Because just with texting, it the interpretations can be various, can be multiple. So it's really easy to just misunderstand. There's a lot of miscommunications that happen because of that. And I know that I have a problem with WhatsApp, but I also don't want to put 100% of the blame on me, because I don't know, I don't think I'm the only person thinking like that. But yeah, if I prefer it, if I can choose, I prefer to leave communication via WhatsApp on the minimum, and then spend as much time as possible talking in person, because I feel like that's what it counts. And it sucks. And for example, I was meeting this guy. I went on a date on Sunday. Today is Wednesday. And it went great. We spent like 4 hours together, which is a lot for a first date. And I feel like we were clicking, like we went for a coffee, it was great, and we went for a walk, we went to his place, and it was just super cute. It nothing, I don't know, we were taking it step by step, we were being really cute with each other, and it went great. So then I feel like we both liked each other, so we thought about meeting again. And the second date was supposed to be today. And again, fucking WhatsApp. I hate WhatsApp so much. There was some miscommunication, so I got to the place thinking that we would meet at one time, but he thought that we were meeting a little bit later. And I guess it's completely my fault and I have to work on that. But let's say I was waiting for 20-25 minutes. Again, kind of my fault. So then by the time that he would arrive, I was not in a really good state of mind. I will not be good company because I was waiting for him for almost 30 minutes. So I texted him like, do you mind if we reschedule? Because I would like to see you, but I've been waiting here for 25 plus minutes and maybe I will not be the best company right now. But then we went into not an argument, but we started talking about why this happened, because he thought that we were meeting at this other time, but then he was not checking WhatsApp because he was busy doing something else. And again, I completely understand 100%. And this is why I hate WhatsApp, because if this would have happened in real life, some kind of similar thing, then you just talk about it and you can see the other person reaction, you can hear the tone, and I don't know, there's a million things that you cannot tell via text. And it's really easy for me and for a lot of people, I guess, to just overthink about the interpretation of a message. And when you care about someone, this effect multiplies, because let's say with my friends, we can have some misunderstandings, but I have the trust to ask again something or to clarify something because we're friends and we've been friends for a little bit, so we can do that. But with someone that you just met, I feel like it's a little bit different. Of course, you can clarify things and you can talk about absolutely everything. But I don't know, after just being on one date, you're trying to be more playful and have fun and still being able to communicate properly, of course. But the dynamic is completely different, of course. So now I'm at this position that I would love to keep meeting this guy, but I would also completely understand if he doesn't want to, just because I was a little bit dramatic, quote unquote. And I guess I have to work on this kind of stuff because it was a misunderstanding from both our parts, but mostly mine. And when this happened, I sent voice notes to my friends, to three different friends, just to hear what they have to say. And I really respect my opinions, the opinion of my friends, and some of them might be too blunt, too direct, but I also really appreciate it. And one of them was like, "It's completely your fault. Like you don't have the right to be mad or upset or anything." But when you're upset, you cannot see the reality, I guess, because there's always, if there's a discussion with two different people, there's always two different versions of the same story. And of course, in this case, when you just met someone, you don't know the other person that much, so it's really difficult to know how he is perceiving this situation. So again, I'm dating more intentionally, I'm trying to be more mature, and I don't want to regret my decisions in this new era, if you will, of dating. So, despite not being fully sure if I was on the wrong, I decided to be the bigger person and just send him a text saying that I'm sorry for the little mess and I would love to reschedule if he wants to. And I know it doesn't sound like a big thing, but just the fact that I'm able to say, I'm sorry, it's huge, at least for me, because usually my pride doesn't allow me to do this thing, so I'm trying to fight it. And again, even if I'm not fully sure who is to blame, that's not a good mentality. I don't want to overthink if he is to blame or if I did something wrong. I just, in this new era again, I just want to think, okay, I really like this guy. We went on a first date that was amazing. We were supposed to meet again and it didn't happen because of some miscommunication. It's not entirely my fault, it's not entirely his fault. We want to meet because we were supposed to meet on the second date. So let's just try to fix the situation the best that we can. So if there's a little bit of a mess and I feel a little bit guilty, I guess it's completely fine to say I'm sorry and asking to reschedule. And if I would hear something like this, let's say I'm on YouTube and I check this video, I will be like, this is the most stupid problem in the world. Like, if this guy doesn't want you, just move on to the next one. Or now you just said, I'm sorry. If he forgives you, it's fine. If not, there's a lot of people around. But that's the thing with trying to be more intentional, that you want to do things right, you want to do things more maturely. And it's okay to spend some more time on these relationships, because I don't know, it feels good in a way, but it also feels really heavy, to be completely honest, because I'm not used to handle situations like that. I'm not used to being mature, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And it feels good again, but every emotion. So before, if something like this would happen, I would be like, fuck you, you made me wait for 30 minutes, even if it's kind of my fault, it's also a little bit your fault. I don't want you around me. Just let's move on. And I would expect the other person to text me or something. But now, 30-year-old me is like, okay, I like this person. We had a really great first date. I will try to fix the situation. And if it doesn't work, if he doesn't want to meet again, at least I did what's in my power to try to fix the situation and try to meet again. So if this situationship it doesn't evolve, it's fine, and I will have to be happy because at least I tried. It's not that I just, I don't know, I did what was in my power, in my hands, to fix the situation, and I have to be proud of that, because this is maturity and this is being an adult. And if I want a long-term relationship, and if I want someone that is worth it, this is the approach. I have to be more, again, intentional. I said the same word a million times, but I guess I will say it a million more. I want to do it more intentional, and if it doesn't work, I want to be happy that at least I tried, I did my best, and it's not because of my attempts to fix it that it's not working. It's because of something else. And if the other person decides to not meet me, I should be okay with that. Of course, it's gonna be a little bit rough, and this is what I mean when I say that it's heavier to tackle these situationships in a more mature way. But it's also okay to feel all these feelings, because I was listening to this podcast. I don't usually listen to podcasts that talk about serious topics. I usually watch Just Rich with Trisha Paytas, Cancel with Tana Mojo. Now I got into I what's the name? Intercom, Emergency Intercom with Enya and Phil Phillips. No, and Drew. So it's just something to get my mind out of things. But today, my friend recommended this podcast, and it was with this really popular, I don't know the name, Marian Rojas, I think, something like that. This really popular therapist, a Spanish therapist, a psychologist, I don't know. And she was talking about this, that we are so used in every aspect of our life, we are so used to just go to the next thing. Like, let's say social media, we're looking for the dopamine. If we don't have it, we move on to the next reel or TikTok or whatever. And I feel like it's the exact same is happening in relationships. When we see something that we don't like, we just go to the next, and we don't take the time to sit on those feelings, like, why didn't I like that person, why did I swipe to the left or to the right? And I know it sounds really stupid, but still, even if it's Tinder, Grinder, whatever, we're still dealing with people. Of course there's bots, but in general we're dealing with people. So it's gonna be harsh, it's gonna be rough, this new era of dating on your 30s, but I feel like it's a good approach. And even just talking about it, it feels really, really deep, really heavy. And like I said in the other video, sometimes I just wanna download Grinder, fuck around, literally meet different people, and just enjoy myself, because the idea of it sounds really fun, and maybe eventually I will do it. But I wanna keep trying to do the things properly. So this thing happened with the guy today, and then I went to the center and I just started walking around and clear my head a little bit. Talking with my friends really helped. Now I'm gonna go to the gym because that really helps. but still, it's not avoiding the problem, it's just doing other things while thinking about it. I don't just want to be on social media or start watching something to forget about this. I kind of want to tackle all these feelings. And I send a message to the guy saying, literally, I think I can read it. Hopefully he didn't reply. Oh, he didn't reply yet. But yeah, I said, sorry for the little mess earlier. Emoji like this. Hopefully you are down to meet some other time soon. I would love that. Maybe it's really silly for someone. Maybe it's not enough for other people. But for me, I feel like it's really mature and I'm really proud of myself and I should be happy with this decision. And we're going on to 21 minutes, so I think I'm gonna stop right here. But thanks for watching. If someone is watching, subscribe and all these things. And see you next one. Bye bye.